Hello, hello, hello. This is Manal, and I am here to let you know personally that I am so excited that my first book, my premier book, I've always known I'm going to be an author, and finally, my life, my life desire, my life knowing has finally been fulfilled, and my book has been published. Transcending Anxiety from Fear to Freedom. Transcending Anxiety from Fear to Freedom. The book, I like to count down. There's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let me tell it to you in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 steps. It's the Mattain 5 steps. So easy, 5 steps. Step 1 is awareness. Step 2 is acknowledgement. Step 3 is appreciation. Step 4 is letting go. And step 5 is surrender. But I say them so simply, and it is very simple. But in the book, I really detail how to become aware of what your 4 bodies. If you follow me, you know that I see us our human selves on this human journey as 4 bodies. The physical body, we all know the physical body. It's where we have the physical sensations, but it's also how we perceive our life journey, and how we fit in the umbrella of the human experience. So it's more than just the physical perception, the physical sensations, but it's the physical perception of our life journey. Then there's the emotional body. The emotional body, it's where we feel. It's where our feels are. Our love, our compassion, our anger, our sadness. And what's amazing about anxiety is ultimately we're not acknowledging our emotions, specifically fear. And specifically fear of the future, fear of the unknown. So I break down this understanding of your emotional body. And what's so interesting is I had a live stream on Insight Timer on Tuesday, and together we all dissected the expressions of our physical body, and we talked about aches and pains and tired and physical fatigue. And then we talked about the mental body, which I'll go to next, and the egoic body. And then when we came to the emotional body, everybody was saying emotions such as overwhelmed. And I'm like, not really an emotion. So the way that people were describing the emotional sensations weren't even emotions. And I'm like, guys, I know sometimes you're not supposed to say guys anymore, but it's my age and I try to stop. And then when I say it, I'm like, ooh, Manal, you shouldn't have said guys, but I said guys. Guys, can you just see, can you witness that when we look to explore the emotion that you're feeling, we didn't talk about emotions, and that there's a rainbow of emotions, anger and sadness and frustration and joy and happiness and all these emotions, and we didn't list them. And anxiety is fear of the future. So the third body, let me continue, is I can easily digress, is the mind, the mental body. And this is where our thoughts are. And what I think is amazing is that so many of us blame our mind. We blame our thoughts. We say, I can't stop thinking about this, or I'm obsessed about this thought. But the mind is actually translating for the other 4 bodies. The mind is a translator for the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the egoic body. So if the mind is working and looping and monkey mind, some people call it, then it actually means that you're not acknowledging the other body. So it's doing extra work. So I have so much compassion for our minds. And when it's doing the loopity-de-loop and we can't get out of focus, it means that we're suppressing our emotions. We're suppressing our judgment of our physicality. Then there's the mental body, our mind. Oh my gosh, our minds are brilliant. I just finished talking about that. Now it's going on to the egoic body. The egoic body is where we carry our beliefs and our identity. I am is ultimately the identity that we want to get to, the I am. And we want to move into 3. So I already talked about 5 steps, 4 bodies. So 3, there are 3 universal fears that we have. This is all presented in my book. And these fears are oriented at the unconditional 3. And if you follow me, you know I've talked about the unconditional 3. This is worthiness. This is love. This is freedom, which I believe we're all on a journey. It's a lifelong journey to calibrate to these 3, and the egoic body is where it represents it. The book is in 2 parts. Part 1, transcend anxiety. And by the end of part 1, you will transcend anxiety. And part 2 is about shifting with the 5 steps from fear to freedom. And then number 1. So I went through 5 steps, 4 bodies, 3, the universal the unconditional 3 and the universal fears and the 3 antidotes. I didn't say 3 antidotes, but there's 3 antidotes to the fears that lead you to the universal 3. 2 parts to one truth. What is that one truth? The truth of your unconditional beauty, your unconditional radiance, that you are amazing, and that I guide through this book, through the 5 steps, for alignment with the authentic beauty of who you are. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just love it. So my early beta readers, I had a lot of beta readers because I was insecure. It's my first book, so I was naturally insecure. And so I asked my beta readers, and they were from age 15, some of my son's peers, to 60s. I say 65 because 15 and 65, but it was a bit younger than 65, that read the book. And they all said a few things. One, it's an easy read. It's an easy read. But despite the ease of the read, it was very deep. So they want to come back again and again and again. And the other thing that I heard consistently is it's very empowering. Book, just like you hear my voice right now, the book is read in a way and written in a way to empower you. Why? Because I believe we're amazing, powerful beings. And the book says that everywhere. And it says how to align with truth. And the third thing that was consistently said was, I want to come back to this. This is a resource. This is a guide. This is something that I can continue to do. And that the case studies and the different reflections on other people and how they oriented towards it was just so helpful in allowing people to orient it back to themselves. So I'm so happy that you're here, whether you joined live, which there's not many of you live because I don't really do lives, but I thought, let me try it. But I know that will be recorded, so I hope you see it later. If there's questions, I see that there's a couple of people. So if there's any questions, go ahead and ask me. And today, Friday, so if you're listening to this today, Friday, the book is 99 cents. The ebook is 99 cents today to facilitate readers for getting it. The ebook today is 99 cents. Although a lot of people, I'm like, okay, the ebook's 99 cents. And they're like, oh, we want the hard copy. Which I'm like, okay, great. So pick it up. If you like it and it moves you, I just ask you to review, because that's what helps me, and it perpetuates the cycle of giving. That if you learned and grew from it, then when you write a review, then you facilitate somebody else picking it up, because reviews really help us, and then they grow and learn, and then they write a review, and it facilitates this beautiful organic growth. And I'm just going to end with talking about one of the reviews that I got recently. It's from somebody that's been following me quite some time and read the beta versions a couple of times and has been on my lives on Insight Timer quite frequently and on YouTube very often and follow me on Instagram. And she said not only did it help her, she said it saved her life. She didn't just change my life, it saved my life. And that before working with the Mattain principles, that she was lost in herself. And after understanding these empowering truths about the beauty of who she is, there's nothing to become. It is who you are now. The book is giving you a mirror to what is in you. You don't have to grow. You don't have to change. You just have to see, open your eyes to the beauty that you are. And I will show you how to get there. So I welcome you. I invite you. I'm so excited for us to continue to co-create together. And I'll do more of these lives. So hopefully there'll be more than a couple of us. Thank you so much for being here. I do not think there's any comments. So I'm going to end the stream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you so much. My love. Always.